Hello everyone, my name is Bridget and today we're going to be talking about how to choose the best spiritual retreat for you, for where you are on the path, for what you need. There's so many different kinds out there. There's like yoga, Vipassana, silent meditation, ayahuasca. It's like, how do you even choose and why is it even significant? Every spiritual tradition had some level of retreat. Most people on the spiritual path actually lived in retreat. That was their life. They lived out on the mountain, they lived in a little cabin, and they just did spiritual practice 24/7. And now in today, in the modern initiation time, we live our normal lives. And then hopefully we have time for a meditation and a yoga class and we do our best, right? So it's highly significant now more than ever to take time for yourself to retreat, to go inward, to get a better vantage point of your life, to connect in with higher guidance, to get out of the mundane kind of everyday life, and to be in a space that's high vibrational, that's probably meditative or has some kind of intention to it, to connect deeper with yourself and to be in a space of listening and receptivity so that you can get the next downloads for the next stages of your journey and also have the integration and activations available to continue on your soul path. I think one of the reasons that a lot of people have ascension symptoms is because there's not this space for this kind of thing, and activation wants to happen, but it doesn't have the way to do it, or there's not a proper space for integration. So I think it's really, really helpful to do some kind of spiritual retreat at least once a year, but I'd probably say once a quarter. You can do many different kinds, which is what we're just about to get into, but I highly, highly suggest it. Now, I've led over 30 retreats and sacred sites all over the world. I have upcoming ones in 2020, so you can check out the link below if you want to join in on one of mine or in future years. So check out that and it'll have an updated link. People have such profound transformation that it's just really, really inspiring, which is why I do it, is because it works and it's really, really fun. And I have done many different kinds myself as well. So that's what we're going to be getting into, all the different kinds and approaches that you can go about. So let's get into it. So the first kind of retreat that you can do is some kind of meditation or silent retreat. Usually they're mixed. Usually it's a silent meditation retreat. This is amazing and so helpful. And there's lots of different kinds, and there's people putting them on all over. One of the most classic ones is Vipassana, 10-day silent meditation retreat, where you're meditating about 8 to 12 hours a day, doing this certain kind of practice. I've done it. It's incredibly powerful. And being in that space of silence where you don't need to talk, and then being able to truly silence the mind and not have any other activities is incredibly profound. I think we all need some kind of silence and some kind of meditation. So it's very helpful to do that. Vipassana specifically, it has centers all over the world. It's donation based, so it's extremely affordable. So I really recommend going and doing possibly a Vipassana one if you feel called to it, or some kind of meditation retreat. Now this could be a weekend meditation retreat, or it could be a 10-day. So start out with what feels good to you, but if you're craving silence, this is the place to start. Number 2 is a medicine retreat. Now I'm going to talk about 2 different kinds of medicine retreats because you probably won't expect it. The first kind of medicine retreat is a probably ayahuasca retreat, or a frog medicine retreat, or a San Pedro retreat, or any kind of these psychedelic retreats. Now this was done in native communities all around the Americas, all around the world, for many different purposes. These kind of retreats you really want to be absolutely called to. And actually this is one of the reasons that I'm doing this video, is so that you can know the different possibilities. Because right now it might just be that you've heard there's a yoga retreat and you've heard that there's an ayahuasca retreat, and you don't know that there's all these different kinds. So with this video you can know all the different possibilities so that you can really choose what is right for you. And that is what really comes in with the medicine journey retreats, is to know if the medicine truly is calling to you. And I would say through dream time or continuous synchronicity is one way to really know. And if you feel like you're just really, really, really stuck and need that breakthrough, and also for highly sensitive people, it's probably not maybe the best first start. I would start with something else that is more introspective, but making sure that you have a healthy, safe container with a really good facilitator in a very traditional way. If you have personal recommendations from people you trust, that's probably the best way of going about it. Now, the other kind of medicine journey that you can do is a vision quest. And this is a different kind because it's like, well, it's not plant medicine. It's actually finding your intrinsic medicine. And that's what a vision quest is for, which is also very deep. Both of these this category is extremely deep, and you really want to be ready for it. So I think some prep other kinds would be good before you do this kind of thing. So a vision quest is where you do 4 days, usually no food, fasting in nature, and you are asking spirit to help you find your purpose, to find your medicine for the world. My dad has done this, and it was extremely profound. It's extremely challenging, right, to be taking that level of physical experience. But that is one way that you can actually have profound connection with spirit with not even doing a plant medicine. So I just want to add in that other category of what medicine journey can be. So the next kind of retreat, the third kind of retreat, is an active retreat. That's my category, which involves a yoga retreat, an acro yoga retreat, maybe more adventure, right? Actually like ice climbing, or for me, I've done these where you're like swimming with dolphins and different things like this. This can be really, really fun if maybe in your everyday life, you have kind of a 9-to-5 job and maybe you're a little bit more stagnant and you're wanting to just get your body into rhythm and flow so it can be more of a vessel for spirit. Some of them can be more meditative like yoga, and some can be like extremely active, like where it's like a fitness retreat. This is a really fun way to just kind of like break through to the next level and bring vitality to your body and to your life and fun and excitement to it again. So these are really, really cool. You can go check those out and Google those. Okay, so then the fourth kind of retreat would be a sacred pilgrimage. So there's lots of different kinds of retreats to sacred sites, right? To Mount Shasta or to Hawaii or to these different pilgrimage sites around the world, Machu Picchu. And these are really, really helpful because these different sacred sites hold vibrational and availabilities that will activate you, that will make higher guidance available to you. And so actually doing a location-based retreat where you feel called to a certain place is a very, very powerful way for your higher self to be able to communicate with you through the land and through the vibrations and frequencies available there for you to awaken something deeper and to bring insight or healing or whatever you're looking for. So sacred site retreats are very, very amazing. I do sacred site retreats, but I do integrative retreats to where I integrate every piece of all of the different kinds of retreats into one. So I've got like meditation, we have activity, like we'll maybe have yoga or some level of adventure, maybe jumping into waterfalls. We'll be exploring our own purpose, our own medicine of what we can give back to the greater collective. So I do these kind of integrative retreats where it includes, it's like an all-inclusive of everything that you want out of a retreat, because that's what I wanted. I want these personal experiences for myself, and so I wanted to create that for other people. And including the vibration of the land spaces is very, very powerful, which is one of the reasons why I do it, and a very powerful way and a clear way that you can be like, oh yeah, I want to go to that place, and so I'm going to look for a retreat there. So that's a good place to start. So then the last kind of retreat, the fifth kind of retreat, is a themed retreat. So obviously all the different other kinds can have themes as well, but there's couples retreats, right? There's different themes that can go around a certain interest, which yoga kind of does that, but where it's like a writing retreat, right? Or you could even have like a comedy retreat. I mean, you can have them about anything. So maybe you have a certain interest that you just kind of don't get to, and then you can actually take a retreat so that you make sure to do it. That's like why classic writing retreats are the best for that, because it's like, oh, I never give myself time to write, and so I'm going to go on an actual retreat so that I can do that. So anything you've been wanting to do, you can look at these interest or themed based retreats and see if there's anything you want to do with that. And maybe you are single and you want to go on a singles retreat, or maybe you're in a couple and you want to go together. You can do those kinds of things too and find certain themes that fit whatever you're looking for. Now, know that on the other kinds of retreat, you can totally do that with a partner. You can do that single, and that's a really fun experience too. But one of the ways that you can look and kind of narrow down what you're interested in is through these themed-based retreats. So those are the 5 different kinds, different types of spiritual retreats that you can look into if you feel called to it. And if you're wanting to take your spiritual awakening, your spiritual development to the next level, and also take that time, like that space for self-love, for introspection, for connection with your higher self and guidance to come through so you can be the best version of yourself for you and for everyone else in your life. So I hope that this has been helpful. I wanted to kind of put this out there as like a service announcement so you understand what you can look for, what you can do, like the possibilities that are waiting right there for you. If you want to go on one with me, I would love that because it is literally one of the highlights of my year. I love doing them. I love meeting you in person, and we bring together such awesome people of like heart and like interest and do such fun things. I laugh more on the retreats than I do any other time of year, and yet at the same time I have this like deep heart opening and spiritual connection, so it kind of includes everything. So you can check out the link below for the 2020 and beyond if you're interested in those. I would love to hear where you're interested to go or what you're interested to do, what kind of retreat calls to you. So please comment below and let me know. I'm curious. Thank you so much for watching. Please hit that subscribe button and the bell button so you get notifications every time I do new videos, and I will see you next time.